Here's your news for November 23, 2019. We're starting with some news from last night's Smackdown, as the planned 6-man tag team main event ended in chaos. Originally set to be Roman Reigns, Shorty G, and Mustafa Ali taking on King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode, it wasn't long until the show was interrupted by an invading Team Raw, led by Seth Rollins. After jumping into the ring, Rollins quickly came to blows with his Shield brother Roman Reigns, and when the rest of Team Raw came out, Team Smackdown also came down to even things up. In a twist that looked like it came from the Monday Night Wars, Team NXT arrived by Jeep, led by Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the Road Dogg, in similar style to DX's invasion of WCW over 20 years ago. The brawl continued as the show went off the air, but after the cameras stopped rolling, things went from bad to worse for King Corbin. Hearing the DX theme play, the group of renegades came out wearing NXT shirts, and after pretending to add Corbin to their group, instead laid out the former Money in the Bank winner with their finishers. Survivor Series is less than 48 hours away, but it seems that NXT has the advantage going into the show, thanks to D-Generation X. Also on SmackDown, fans got to see a brand new look for the Intercontinental Championship, which was revealed by Sami Zayn. The new black and gold design is the second championship redesign in 2 weeks, as last week's show saw the Universal title get a new blue strap to represent the title's new home on SmackDown. This is just the latest redesign of the title that debuted in September 1979, which Pat Patterson quote-unquote won in a fictional tournament in Rio de Janeiro. Interestingly, the newly retired design, featuring the white strap, was brought back in late 2011 by none other than AEW Vice President Cody Rhodes. Nakamura will take on US Champion AJ Styles and NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong in non-title action this Sunday at Survivor Series, and qualified for the match back at July's Extreme Rules event, where he defeated Finn Balor to win his first Intercontinental title. WWE Shop didn't waste time in taking orders for the title, which is currently available at $430 but won't be ready until December 12th. With the fact that the title was ready to be pre-ordered immediately, it's clear WWE had this design planned for a while, as we can't help but wonder what title will be changed next. With this week's episode of SmackDown being held in Chicago, there were plenty of CM Punk chants by the crowd, but for once, that wasn't a bad thing. When AJ Styles, flanked by Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, appeared during the show, the Phenomenal One said that he's the best thing going in Chicago, and after a Punk chant broke out, responded saying, "I would mop the floor with him, so shut up." A clever impromptu response by Styles, it's interesting that AJ would cut the chant so quickly, as fans continue to speculate on another match for the best in the world. Punk has already had a major effect since his return a couple of weeks ago, as it seems Seth Rollins has taken Punk's advice about Twitter and has stopped bringing up a match between the two. After a series of tweets from the Architect wanting to fight Punk, Rollins has kept quiet online, but did an interview with 101 WKQX about his relationship with Punk, saying, "Here's someone who's been in the doldrums for the past few years because he got his butt kicked in the octagon so bad he didn't want to show his face anywhere. Now he shows back up on a WWE show. It's called WWE Backstage. You can say it's an FS1 show all you want, which it is, and you may be paid by Fox, but that show doesn't exist without our company, the company that you left 5 years ago. Say whatever you want, play it however you want, that's what Punk always does. But at the end of the day, if he wants to come on a show and run his mouth about me in a company that he has had no part of for the last 5 years, then of course I'm going to stand up for it. This is a place that has given me everything that I've ever wanted in my life, not only for me, but it's provided me a living for my family, for the people that I love, that I care about, and of course I'm going to have its back. I'm not going to sit here and let you push it around and push me around and act like you're so cool. You couldn't bust a cherry in a fruit fight, dude, so I want to make some money. So if CM Punk wants to talk all the smack in the world, I've invited him 1,000,000 times now to come to my ring, come to my domain on live television where you can't hide behind anything. No desk, and come, let's do this thing, man. Let's fight it out like men." So the bottom line is, wherever, whenever he wants to do the thing, if he wants to man up and do it, I'm there. For me, the only place this match happens is WrestleMania in the main event because that's the only reason I'm picking a fight with him. Rollins' actions on Twitter this year haven't helped him get over with the crowd, and now it seems that the best way to get fans to support him again is to turn him heel and have a match with Punk at WrestleMania 36 next year. Back to Smackdown now, and Daniel Bryan may have called out The Fiend during tonight's show, but instead got his old foe and NXT mentor, The Miz. Not only did The Miz slap the Yes Man, but the two had a match, which it looked like Bryan was going to win. After a yes chant with the Chicago crowd, Bryan attempted a running knee, but was trapped by The Fiend, who applied the mandible claw. Bryan and Wyatt have faced off plenty of times in the past, but this was before The Fiend, and fans should expect a fantastic match this Sunday at Survivor Series. One person fans shouldn't expect is ACH, as the former Jordan Miles is gone from WWE, but is also looking at getting other black superstars out of the company. A tweet of the NXT Breakout Superstar winner signing his departure papers was commented on by AEW star Big Swole, but ACH said he wanted to get her husband out of WWE as well. For those of you who don't know, Swole is married to Cedric Alexander, and while the former Cruiserweight champion hasn't commented publicly on the matter, both he and Swole did like ACH's tweet. Brad Shepard is reporting that WWE are aware of this and are keeping tabs on what ACH says on social media. Alexander received a short, nice push earlier this year after being signed in 2016, following huge "Please sign Cedric" chants during the Cruiserweight Classic. A former Cruiserweight and 24/7 champion, hopefully WWE can figure out a way to elevate him, as we too will be keeping a close eye on this situation. We've got a big spoiler alert next, so if you don't want to hear about it, we recommend you skip ahead a minute in this video. WWE is holding Survivor Series weekend this Sunday, and it seems that Triple H's promise of an epic surprise may have been found out. Mike Johnson of PW Insider has reported that the company has re-signed John Morrison to a deal, and he could very well be a part of Team NXT both at tonight's War Games event or tomorrow night at Survivor Series. The War Games team of Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and Tommaso Ciampa is missing a fourth man to battle the Undisputed Era, which could be Morrison's return. If that happens, it makes sense that Morrison could also be a part of this Sunday's Survivor Series event, but it seems we'll have more answers this time tomorrow. On SmackDown, the road to Survivor Series continued, as Rhea Ripley was confirmed to be the captain of NXT's women's team for the event. In cross-brand action, Ripley faced off against Raw captain Charlotte Flair and SmackDown captain Sasha Banks, which saw Ripley pin the Queen, who had Banks locked in the figure 8. Ripley appeared alongside Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, and Toni Storm, though it wasn't confirmed if they were her partners. Nox, LeRae, and Yim will also be a part of Team Ripley at War Games, when they will face Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kaylee Ray in the Women's War Games match tonight. Charlotte will be joined by Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan as Team Raw at Survivor Series, while Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross will be on Team SmackDown. We've got some AEW news for you now, as Cody Rhodes' first match since coming up short at Full Gear will take place this Wednesday on Dynamite, though his opponent hasn't been revealed. At Full Gear, Cody promised that if he lost, he would never challenge for the AEW World title again, but sadly came up short against Chris Jericho when MJF threw in the towel for his so-called friend. After the match, MJF turned heel and low-blowed Rhodes, showing the entire friendship to be a ruse. Appearing on the post-Full Gear episode of Dynamite, Cody brawled with both Jericho and MJF, but the debuting Wardlow quickly dismantled the exhausted AEW Vice President. In addition to Cody's first match back, this Wednesday's Dynamite from the Sears Center will see Jericho defend his title against Scorpio Sky, Kenny Omega face Pac in an all-out rematch, and Hangman Page face MJF. Page and MJF were the final two in the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal on the most recent episode of Dynamite, and the pair will wrestle in the finals for a diamond ring. The Sears Center also hosted All In September last year and All Out in August this year, so fans should expect big things when AEW returns home. It's no secret that AEW has done a lot of big things in their effort to provide an alternative to WWE, but on this week's latest show, things went a step too far. During the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, Jimmy Havoc brought out a staple gun, which didn't sit well with AEW management as they fined him $10,000 and will continue to fine him the same amount for any further uses. It looks like Havoc will need to figure out a new favorite toy as the staple gun is finished, which will be great news for Billy Gunn, who took a staple in the bathing suit area this week. We focused a lot on WWE and AEW today, but there is also the NWA, which continues to feel the backlash of comments made by Jim Cornette during a recent episode of Power. During the show, Cornette compared the hunger for success of Trevor Murdoch to starving Ethiopians chasing a man with fried chicken, which was seen by many as playing on the racist stereotype of black people loving fried chicken. Now, Cornette has claimed that the joke wasn't meant to be racist, but it's a line he's been using for years, as he said on his Jim Cornette Experience podcast. Someone said if he hadn't said chicken, it would have been fine. Well, a bucket of chicken sounds funnier than a plate of sushi or a ham sandwich. So it happened to be that, because it was funny. Ethiopia is a place where people are starving. It's a joke, not a race joke. Whether it was a good or bad joke, it was a joke that's been told on TBS, USA Network, broadcast TV stations across America for the past 30 years. Cornette continued down this rabbit hole before half apologizing to people who were only partly offended, as it seems that the controversial commentator won't be seen in the NWA for at least many years, if ever again. One person who Cornette may have to apologize to more is Mark Henry, who seemingly didn't believe that Cornette was sorry about what he said. Speaking to TMZ, Henry spoke about what Cornette said and said he was hurt by the comments, adding, "As much as I could say, I'm disappointed and I hope he can try and fix this, but some people just don't like people of color. I would say, Jim, please apologize and mean it, and if you don't mean it, then go all the way Darth Vader and tell I just don't like black people." Henry would later equate the concept of losing Jim as a friend to having a mother or father disown you, as it seems the world's strongest man isn't ready to accept what Cornette has said. We're looking ahead to next month now, and though many families will be resting on Boxing Day with their bellies still stuffed with food, the superstars of WWE will be appearing in Madison Square Garden. Returning to the world's most famous arena for a live event, the show has some interesting matches lined up, with Eric Rowan taking on Seth Rollins. Rusev and Bobby Lashley will also continue their feud into the holidays, while the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, will face Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in tag title action. Though these are the only matches announced, the show will also see stars like Randy Orton, AJ Styles and the OC, Rey Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits all appear, and the former NXT Tag Team Champions will be making their MSG debut. WWE has had a lot of history inside the world's most famous arena, and this is a great gift for the fans in New York just one day after Christmas. And finally, we're looking at the results from Smackdown we didn't cover, as the road to Survivor Series is nearly at an end. The Undisputed Era will certainly have a busy weekend competing at both War Games and Survivor Series, but the quartet helped build momentum with a victory over the New Day and Heavy Machinery. When SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley called out NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler for a fight, the former hugger actually wanted to get the jump on the Queen of Spades, but this didn't go according to plan. While Bayley was able to get the jump on the top dog in NXT's women's division, Baszler battled back, twice locking in the Kirifuda clutch on one of her opponents this Sunday. Able to break free, Bayley slammed Baszler into the guardrail to escape, and we can't help but think Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch was watching the action unfold with great interest.